Dear students, I am Mahesh Javalkar of Maratha Mandal Polytechnic, and today I am posting my sixth video on DCT questions on the subject EMI, that is electronic measurement and instrumentation. Okay, so let's start with the question here. So, question number 101, digital multimeter is used for. Okay, so as we know, multimeter is used for measuring current, voltage and resistance. Okay, so in current also it can measure AC DC current. In voltage also it can measure AC DC voltage and resistance. So here the option A will be the right answer. Digital multimeter is used for measuring AC and DC current, voltage and resistance. So option A is the right answer over here. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 102. Current is converted to voltage through what? So option A is through a voltmeter, option B is through a resistance, option C is through a ammeter, and option D is through a galvanometer. Okay, so whenever a current is passed through a resistance, there is a voltage drop. That basic Ohm's law idea we know. So here, current is converted to voltage through a resistance. That is, when the current I passes through a resistance R, then I into R will be the voltage across the resistance. Okay, so through a resistance is the correct answer. Clear? Then we'll go to the next question, question number 103. For resistance measurement, meter contains. Okay, so what does the meter contain? The meter has to contain a constant current source, because the current has to pass through a variable resistance, and depending upon that a variable voltage will be developed, and depending upon that voltage you can understand what was the resistance. Okay, that means a low current source. In these options, option C, low current source, will be the correct answer. Clear? So here we can see for resistance measurement, meter contains low current source. Then we'll go to the next question. Quantities are digitized using what? Okay, so obviously whenever a quantity is analog, it can be converted to digital by using A to D converter. So here option D will be the right answer, A to D converter. Okay, so quantities are digitized using A to D converter. Okay, then we'll go to the next question, question number 105. Output of a digital multimeter is what? Okay, so obviously output of a digital multimeter, which is an electronic device, which is a whose output will be in the form of electrical. So here it cannot be mechanical, it cannot be optical, it cannot be analog. It can be generally said as the output of multimeter is electrical. Okay, so here option C will be the correct answer. Then we'll go to the next question, 106. Resistance is measured using what? Now this we have already seen earlier. So it should have a constant current source, because that constant current is passed through a variable unknown resistance, and then the voltage developed across that resistance will decide how much will be the resistance value. Okay, so in that case a constant current source is the right answer. Resistance is measured using constant current source. Okay, so option A will be the right answer here. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 107. Input signal magnitude is limited by. Okay, so input signal can be limited by a resistive circuit, and a resistive circuit is nothing but an attenuator. So here out of these four options, C, attenuator, will be the right answer, which can give you a limitation in the magnitude of the input signal. Okay, then we'll go to the next question, question number 108. Electronic multimeter consists of a rectifier. Okay, obviously electronic multimeter will consist of a rectifier, because any analog value, any AC value is there, it has to convert it into DC, because it will also measure DC voltage, DC current. Okay, so it has to use a rectifier to convert AC input signal to DC voltage. So this statement is true. Electronic multimeter consists of a rectifier is a true statement. Okay, then we'll go to the next question, question number 109. What is the role of a rectifier in a multimeter? So as we have said earlier, in a multimeter, rectifier is used for AC to DC rectification. So here option C will be the right answer, rectification. Okay, so option C, rectification. So because we want to show a DC values and we want to convert AC into DC, so rectifiers are used. So rectifier is used in a multimeter for rectification. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 110. What is the initial setting made in a multimeter before it is used for measuring resistance? Okay. Now, before it is used for measuring resistance, it should be adjusted with its zero reading. So, zero adjustment should be adjusted. Okay. When there is zero adjustment adjusted, that means it is a short circuited and then the maximum current will flow. Okay. So that zero adjustment should be done whenever we are going to use a multimeter. So before using it, initial setting of zero adjustment, should be made. So here option D will be the right answer, zero adjustment. Okay. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 111. Basic building blocks of a digital multimeter are. Okay. So if you see these options, out of this option D, that is analog to digital converter, attenuator and counter. These are the basic blocks which are used in a digital multimeter. We have to convert analog to digital, we have to adjust the values by attenuator, and we have to have a counter to count the clock pulses. Okay, so A to D converter, attenuator and counter are the basic building blocks of digital multimeter. So option D will be the right answer over here. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 112. AC voltages are measured using, okay, AC voltages are measured using what? Options are oscillators and op-amps. Option B is rectifiers and filters. Option C is resistor and capacitor. Option D is inductor and resistor. So obviously it is option B because AC has to be converted to DC or AC has to be filtered, AC has to be amplified. Okay, so in all this case, option B will be the general statement, rectifiers and filters. Okay, so AC voltages are measured using rectifiers and filters. So option B is the right answer. Then we'll go to the next question, question number 113. If a multimeter has a sensitivity of 1000 ohms per volt, okay, 1000 ohms per volt and reads a 50 volt full scale, okay, reads a 50 volt full scale, then what is its internal resistance? So here we can see that sensitivity can be given as 1 upon full scale deflection of current. Okay, 1 upon full scale deflection of current. So if your sensitivity is 1000, okay, if your sensitivity is 1000 and it is going to read 50 volt full scale, okay, that means voltage is equal to 50 volt, okay, and sensitivity is equal to, okay, 1 upon IFSD, this is equal to 1000. Okay, so here IFSD is equal to 1 upon 1000. Okay, therefore a resistance R will be equal to V upon I. So this is 50 upon 1 upon 1000. Okay, that is nothing but R is equal to 50 into 1000. That is nothing but 50 kilo ohms. Okay, so here the option B will be the right answer, 50 kilo ohms. Okay, so here you can see it is 50 kilo ohms. Clear? Then we'll go to the next question, question number 114. Electrodynamic instruments can be used as, okay, so when we studied electrodynamic principle in our EMI, we saw that with electrodynamic we can build a ammeter to measure current, we can build a voltmeter to measure voltage, we can build a wattmeter to measure power. Okay, so all of these concepts can be built using a electrodynamic principle. So here the option should be all of this. D will be the right option. Then we'll go to the next question. Hot wire instruments are suitable for, okay, now hot wire instruments are one which will use the heating effect of the current to measure the magnitude of any parameter. Okay, so here hot wire instruments can be used to measure both alternating quantity and direct quantity. So AC and DC. So both AC and DC work are suitable with hot wire instruments. Okay, so hot wire instruments can measure both AC and DC. So option C will be the right answer here. Both AC and DC can be measured using hot wire instruments. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 116. If the instrument is to have a wide range, the instrument should have what type of scale? Linear scale, square law scale, exponential scale, or logarithmic scale? Obviously, if the range is very wide, then we should have a logarithmic scale where the divisions and the settings are multiplied by 10 at every regular interval. Okay, so if the first reading is 10, then the second reading will be 100, third will be 1000, fourth will be 10,000, and in that equal divisions will be made. So if you are having a wide range, a logarithmic scale is suitable. So here the answer will be D, logarithmic scale. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 117. The resistance can be measured most accurately by which method? Voltmeter ammeter method, bridge method, multimeter method, or Meagher method. Now all these methods will give you a resistance value, but accurate resistance value you can get by a bridge method, because bridge method will eliminate all the lead contact resistance which arises. So all that can be eliminated and you can measure a lower resistance value also by a bridge method. So bridge method is one which gives a accurate resistance value. So option B will be the right answer here. Then we'll go to the next question. Question number 118. The repeat accuracy of an instrument can be judged from its. Okay, now the repeat accuracy is one which is always you should get a correct result and the error should be less. Okay, so the repeat accuracy can be judged by standard deviation of error. So how much is the deviation, standard deviation of error, that will give the accuracy. Okay, so here option D will be the right answer, standard deviation of error. The repeat accuracy of an instrument can be judged from its standard deviation of error. Then we'll go to question number 119. Electronic voltmeters use electronic circuits. Obviously, electronic voltmeters use electronic circuits like rectifiers, amplifiers, filters, etc. So this statement is true. So electronic voltmeters use electronic circuits, right? Then we'll go to the next question, question number 120. Electronic voltmeters are, okay, options are dependent on frequency, dependent of voltage, independent of frequency, and dependent of current. Okay, usually electronic voltmeters can measure frequency in the range from few volts, few DC volts to a order of megahertz. So as a result, the effect of frequency on the response of electron voltmeters is negligible. Therefore, electronic voltmeters are independent of frequency. So here option C will be the right option. Electronic voltmeters, whatever readings they give, those readings are independent of frequency. Okay, so option C is the right answer over here. Okay, now students, in this video I have taken another 20 questions on the subject EMI. So please go through these questions and see that your basics and your fundamentals for the given topic or for the given concept for the given subject is clear, so that you can attempt any type of multiple choice question. Okay, thank you students.